Today, I want to talk about something that I think is one of the biggest misconceptions about home education. When people hear homeschooling or home education, they often imagine children sitting at a kitchen table all day, every day, worksheets, textbooks within the four walls. School replicated at home. But let me share a secret. Homeschooling does not mean that you have to stay at home. And once you understand this, then the whole world becomes your classroom. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Kate Education. I'm Kate, an education and homeschooling consultant, here to support you on your home education journey, one step at a time. The world is your classroom. When you are not tied to a school timetable, you have the flexibility. You can go to places during quieter hours and outside of busy, expensive school holiday dates. You can follow interests spontaneously. You can turn an ordinary Tuesday into an adventure. Learning does not have to look like school at home. Learning can look like backpacks, train journeys, muddy boots, museum tickets, picnic lunches. So let's talk about some of the incredible places that you can take your children and how much learning is quietly happening in those moments. Museums and art galleries. So museums are absolute treasure troves for homeschoolers. History, science, art, culture, it's all there. You could spend weeks studying and reading about ancient Egypt at home, or you could stand in front of real artifacts and you can see the scale, the craftsmanship, and the details. Art galleries are brilliant too. Even younger children can start to respond to color, shape, emotions in paintings. And don't forget, many museums and galleries offer free activity trails, organize homeschool workshops, give guided tours, make education packs. You'll be surprised at what's available. Just ask at the information desk. Even if they have none of those, grab a map. You can practice some map reading and organization skills whilst enjoying the sights. And the best part about these places, you can go midweek when it's quieter and have the place almost to yourself. That's a homeschool perk. Zoos, nature parks, and aquariums. If you have animal lovers at home, zoos, nature parks, and aquariums are gold. Biology suddenly becomes real when you're watching the animals up close. You're not just reading about habitats, you're observing them. You can talk about ecosystems, conservation, food chains, climate, geography, questions like, why are the otters in a wetlands river-style enclosure? Why do the monkeys have branches and vines in their enclosure? It doesn't feel forced. It feels like real curiosity. Many zoos run feeding demonstrations and give talks, and these sessions often spark much bigger questions afterwards. Botanical gardens and nature reserves. Sometimes the best classrooms don't have any kind of walls. Botanical gardens and nature reserves are perfect for slowing the pace down and observing plant life cycles, pollination, local wildlife and habitats, weather patterns. And beyond the science and the biology, there's mindfulness, there's sketching, there's creative writing, photography. Children notice things when they're given time and space. You can just bring a notebook and a pencil, sit on a bench and observe. And that's learning. Science centers and planetariums. If you've ever watched a child in a science center, you'll know what I mean when I say this is hands-on learning at its best. Buttons to press, experiments to try, things to build. Planetariums are great for sparking bigger questions about the universe. And again, these often have centers which offer homeschool days or workshops. So it's always worth checking out their website in advance. And this kind of learning sticks because it's experimental. Historical sites and landmarks. History becomes so much more powerful when you are standing where it happened, when you're walking through old towns, visiting ruins, exploring historical homes. It's immersive. You're not just memorizing dates and facts. You are imagining lives, cultures, decisions. Often, tourist information centers give out free maps, give you links to audio guides or self-guided tours. So just a little bit of research before you go can transform a simple visit into a meaningful learning experience where you can do things before, during, and after your trip. And what if you can't travel? Here's something I love: virtual tours. When visiting somewhere isn't physically possible because of distance or budget or timing, you can still explore. Type in the name of a place and add a virtual tour. I've tried this out so much, both in the classroom and at home. We have walked along the Great Wall of China, looked at the top of the Empire State Building, explored Uluru in Australia, all from our sofa. It's not a replacement for real travel, but it's an incredible resource and it sparks curiosity. The bigger picture. Here's what I really want you to take away from this. Homeschooling doesn't mean recreating and replicating school at home. It means freedom. Freedom to learn in different environments, freedom to follow your interests, be in the real world, build memories alongside your kids. Some days, absolutely, you'll stay at home. Some days you'll be doing maths at the table and reading on the sofa. But other days, they can be museums and forests and train rides and markets and coastal walks. And all of that counts. In fact, those will be the days that your children remember the most. So if you've been feeling like homeschooling means you need to be indoors learning all the time, let this be your permission slip. Get out, explore, be curious. Turn everyday experiences into powerful learning opportunities because the world, it's waiting and it's full of lessons, one step at a time. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. I'd also love to hear your favorite places that you take your children for learning in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.